Ba-ding! Another day of me forgetting to turn off my speaker. Yay! Howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is gray and semi-chill outside without being cold. Last night it was really cold without being freezing. Yay! So I had undershirt, shirt, flannel shirt, safety vest, and backpack, and still kind of cold. Thumbs up for that. Yay! Hopefully you had a good day and a good night. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And I wish I could put the names of all my Patreon patrons up here. Hokey smokes. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get some place where I can actually edit my videos for real and begin putting in the names of my patrons. If you would like to become a patron and help to keep me alive, I have links to my Patreon in the video description. Salivating a lot this morning, as well as links to a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link with hopefully updated link with stuff like cat food and the like on it. So yay, and front loading of videos over. I am still not used to the whole routine of not having everything running properly. I talk about that a lot, but mostly it's just because I am a creature, because of where I am with all of my issues, a creature of habit and routine. And when it's busted up, yeah, it hurts. So I'm still working on trying to come up with a new routine. I'm getting there until my computer actually gets fixed up and running again. So yay. Still though, it's a brand new day and hopefully you are doing well. I have survived and I continue to survive. On the one front, I am all out of antibiotics. My leg is much less swollen this morning. But it's still a little bit red, still a little bit warm, still a little bit sore. I'm going to give it today to see if, just because the antibiotics, I took the last one last night at midnight, doesn't mean that instantly they stop working. So tomorrow morning, if it's the same or gotten worse, off to the ER again. Thumbs up for that. Past that though, I am surviving and that is a good thing. I've got all my things happening. I think my pet is alive, I am alive, my room is here, I am functioning to the best of my ability, and yay! So checking on my list here, there was no name for it, but somebody sent me this, and you say, well, what's a this? This is a USB CD/DVD drive. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is awesome. I don't know who sent it, but I appreciate it very, very much. It is a very good thing. Thank you all. Again, I don't know who sent it, but whoever did, thank you so very, very much. I am greatly appreciative, and I wish I could showcase and hand off and do good things for absolutely everybody, but the best thing I know how to show my appreciation is to continue to hold together until I can get things fixed up and going. And I'm doing my best to hold things together. Yay! So let me check my list. I do have some things that I do want to talk about before I go on to talk about other things. One of them is, oh boy, like I say, I've managed to get corns, little hard calluses that hurt like the devil because they're over thin pieces of meat that are very, very delicate, and it pushes the callus down into the delicate flesh underneath. I got those on the outside of both of my little toes, so I've been trying to treat them with the things you can buy over-the-counter medicated corn things. They use salicylic acid to try and soften up the tissue so that you can get rid of it. Oh boy, by the end of the day, the way my feet have swollen, because my feet swell more than other people swell, because I have a damaged limb system in my lower extremities, so my legs swell up more than normal. That pushes my toes against the insides of whatever shoes I'm wearing. By the time I get back from Walkies, by the time I go to bed, both of my feet feel like there are blowtorches on my toes. Yay! Is this treatment working? Probably not, What am I going to do about it? I don't know. Probably if I have to go back to the ER, ask the ER doctor what they would say. So thumbs up for that. Oh, my screen went away. Yay. So we're dealing with that, and that's wonderful. And then I've also mentioned before, though, how with my computer being out and I can't use any of my GOG or Steam or any of these other games, I'm not totally lost. It's not just my PlayStation or my Xbox. The other day, I actually tried Game Pass on the little Microsoft notebook. Because I have the Game Pass Ultimate, which means you can stream onto any computer, if you sign into your Game Pass, you can stream. So I played, I'm trying to remember the name, it's the science fiction one, No Man's Sky. There we go. I was streaming and playing No Man's Sky on the little notebook. I had a USB cable plugged in with my Microsoft controller to play it, and so that was fun. Yes, there was some screen tearing. No, it isn't perfect. You have to have a very, very good internet connection to have a perfect game, and I don't have anywhere near that. But it was fun, and so I'm not lost. I've got console stuff. It's still console, but I can play it on that tiny little thing, but it's good. I mean, I can also do it on the Xbox, but I don't always want to run everything through my tiny mono speaker over on my desk over there. So thumbs up for that. But I just wanted to say that I'm not totally lost. And then, of course, I still go through, and even on the days that I don't do anything with any of my solo RPG stuff physically, where I'm rolling dice and all that, one of the things I have always liked about RPG stuff is I can think about it. Just owning it, just having it, being able to think about systems and think about the various things in them so that I can imagine the stuff that's going on. That is almost as much fun for me as actually playing them. So I am not disappointed that I'm not actually dragging them out. Oh gosh, my nose is super itchy right now. My apologies. Hopefully I'll be able to edit this out, though I doubt I will. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good thing to be able to enjoy the things that you have. And I enjoy the things that I have, even if I don't drag them out and do anything with them. Thumbs up for that. And then continuing to check my list here. I've talked about the CD drive and the Walkies, and my ankle not fully healed up, and streaming stuff. Yeah, about the only thing I have left that's going on in my life right now is just talking about creative stuff. I haven't recently had any dangers of being almost hit and killed since the last time when there was an actual automobile accident because the person that almost hit me got rear-ended because they had to stop suddenly. So yeah, there hasn't been anything since that. I'm being as careful as I can because I don't want to have those experiences. So they haven't been happening. I've just been living here. I've been taking care of my housemates' guinea pigs while, on the days that they're not here, the guinea pigs need help, so I take care of the guinea pigs. And the guinea pigs have gotten to the point that I can put romaine lettuce in their cage, and they will just come up and sniff at my hands as I'm doing that. And so it's really cool. I like animals. I like rodents. I like rodents and marsupials. I like possums and rats and mice and hamsters, and rodents and marsupials are awesome. So thumbs up for that. Now though, I'm going to do some talking as best I can about what I'm doing and the like with my various creative settings, with the inside, outside, razor's edge, and the whole cryptid setting here. Taking a good look down here, one of the things I've mentioned is my cryptids have the default setting of, checking my time, of being happy. Now, one of the things that is a big, if you've ever seen the movie Clockwork Orange, it's a 1970s movie. It's ancient, but it's one of those really good movies. Stanley Kubrick was an excellent author, and when you watch reaction videos, people are like blown away by these older movies. But the movie Clockwork Orange, one of the things that they go through and explore is free will, because the main character loses their free will. They do something horrible. They end up in prison, and to get out of prison, they are not a good person at all. They are a hateful, violent person. But to get out, they do a treatment where they are no longer able to be violent. If they think violent thoughts or try to do violent thoughts, they become violently ill. They get out of prison. But the thing about this treatment is it removes your ability to do anything bad, which includes even fighting back if you're attacked. You can't even defend yourself because that's a violent act. One of the people in the movie expresses this as it's not free will. Is this person acting in a good fashion because they have no choice instead of making the choice to be good? Because, yeah, he has no choice, which brings up this thing I saw before. If you are capable of inflicting great violence and you don't, you are being peaceful. If you are incapable of raining down harsh violence on others, you're simply harmless. Same result, two completely different philosophical options, and if necessary, the harmless person stays harmless, and the one capable of raining down hard violence can do so. So if you need to defend yourself, it's better to be peaceful than harmless. I would think. I'm harmless myself. I'm not peaceful, I am harmless. Which comes to, as I've said, with my cryptids. They have 98% of them, except for those whose job, their archetype is to not be happy, or those cryptids that are mentally ill and are unable to be happy. The default status state for a regular, just light, dark cryptid is happy. They don't have any other choice. They fall into a default state of vague happiness because that's the only option they have. Yes, they are happy with their lot. 98% of them live as their ancestors have lived for hundreds of thousands of years, barely better than animals. And they're happy to live that way. But they don't have a choice. There's no option to not be happy. So are they actually happy if they don't have a choice to be anything other than happy? So that's a big philosophical thing that I'm dealing with, and I'm trying to express in the things that I know I'm doing a poor job. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, once again, with Annie of the Dempty family. Because I've mentioned how Annie's human, but she got hungry after she moved back in with her parents because she wanted to help them out, take care, and she plans on, taking over the RV park / gas station / convenience store / resort place for picnics and such, where you can rent a boat and go out on the lake. She's planning on doing that, so she moves on home and starts helping out around the place, streamlining it and taking care of her parents. But she gets hungry after a time. Even though she's human with all of her expressed cryptid genes, she wants some human meat. It's been a while. The last time she ate human meat was like 4 years before, when she was going off to the community college, and she's getting hungry. So the first time is when she heads to Brookerton, finds someone that looks and smells delicious, talks to them, and then butcher knife underneath the armpit into the heart, and they go down. And that's the first time she just murders someone so she can eat them. Stuffs the body into the car, drags it back out to where she and the family live at the park, and just says, "You two go watch TV. I'm making dinner tonight." And she does. So the image that we have to see is they are sitting down for just a nice meal. I also like to portray my cryptids in the worst possible light, because they are monsters. Their moral compass is absolutely broken. They can justify any action, no matter how vile, and their moral compass will still point true north. So they can be monsters. So even though they're sitting down for a nice meal, what we would see from the outside is, because it's inside, they're around a table that's kind of like a large bowl. It's flat except the edges are, like pool table like, except this, so that nothing goes flowing off the table. They're all buck naked because they're inside and they're cryptids, even though the two human ones aren't really cryptids. They have their third eye open and they are a part of the cryptid world. They're acting as cryptids. They just don't have anything on. They're sitting around the table. Monica, being the cryptid mother, she's got several heaping plates all around her. And these plates are just filled with things like brains of the person with the spinal column and the eyes still attached, and like lungs and a plate of intestines and all big bucket, a bin filled with bones that Annie went and stripped all the meat and flesh from. And she is just sitting there at the front of the table, just with her hands, shoveling into her mouth huge handfuls of like bloody brains and slurping up bits of intestine, taking bites out of wads of lung tissue, and then munching on human bones as if they're breadsticks, just drooling blood and gore out of her mouth, her face just drenched, her hair coated in blood, just blood and fluids just running down her naked front and crotch and legs and pooling on the floor around her. And of course, Annie and Jacob, they're human, so Annie went and just cut all the edible meat parts off of the human being for her and her dad. And then we have omnivore teeth, we have omnivore digestive systems. Our bodies are not really set up to do things like bite, chew, tear, and swallow raw meat. Our systems are not really set up anymore to work on digesting raw meat. So even though it's rare, they do cook a little bit these big chunks of meat that they are just holding in their hands. So, blood and grease running down there, and just eating these things, getting their faces all coated in blood and stuff pooling, running down and, over and through their crotches, down their legs and onto the floor. And when they're all done with Monica just with her bulging belly, because out of 140 pounds of the person that Annie knifed, she ate about 130 of them. Her husband and her daughter ate about the other 10 pounds of meat. They couldn't eat it all. They're still human. They were able to eat about 1.5 pounds of meat each, and then Monica just finishes off the rest. But they're sitting there, bellies bulging, covered in gore, and just finally Monica just says, "Oh my God. It has been so long since we have just sat down and eaten someone as a family. I have missed this so much. You two, I love you so much. Jacob, you are a wonderful husband. Annie, you're a beautiful daughter. We need to eat someone together like this as a family more often." And yeah, Annie is just, she feels it. It's like, yeah, her family hasn't been this close in 4 years. She's feeling it. And Jacob, he's just, this has been the best thing ever. This has been wonderful. I haven't felt this nostalgic, this good about sitting down to eat for, 4 years. Annie, we can't do this every day. There are too many calories in a human being. And while we aren't eating all that much, your mother can't eat 130 pounds of people every single day. There's 125,000 calories in a person. But if you could bring us 1 or 2 people a month, and then we sit down for a good family meal like this, oh my goodness, that would be wonderful. And that's how it starts. Because they've sat down as a family to eat someone again. And it feels so good and so right. And of course, later on, Annie, she gets much more fit, much more toned in her own body just by having a diet of primarily human meat. Her father starts losing some weight. He didn't gain much, like 25 extra pounds, but he starts losing that, starts finding it easier to walk, and his arthritis is going away just by having a diet of primarily human meat. Monica, it doesn't really affect her. She's happy. She's glad to be, eating human beings again. And yeah, there is Jacob and there is Annie watching their mother wolf down meat from a human being just like one of them. And when they watch her just shoveling these human remains down her throat and into her gut, all they can feel is, I am glad that Mom's enjoying the meal that I made. And boy, I love that Monica. She is such a beautiful beast. So yeah, that is checking my list again. Boy, I am so long into this. I need to talk to people and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. We have Jesse Koskinen, by gum and by golly. Oblivion is still a great game. I understand why people like Skyrim. I don't. Oblivion is about the last Elder Scrolls game I actually enjoy. But yeah, Oblivion, great game. And good to see you in comments. We have Lewis. I am always going to be working on my creative projects and trying to write them out. No fear there. Good to see you in the comments as well. And JEYY, thumbs up. Thank you much. And good to see you too. And it's real lit. 8 inches of snow in the mountain where you are. Hokey smokes. That's not good. Yeah, it's been cold here, but not freezing. Hokey smokes. I hope things go well. Cody Unicorn, thumbs up and thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciate it for the very kind words. Nexor EH, and yeah, we have porch pirates here too, but luckily it goes in waves. It depends on how many meth addicts are trying to, sell stuff for their fix. So, thank you very, very much, though. Good to see you in the comments. We have Albert Rogers, thumbs up. Flora Mew, greatly appreciated, thumbs up. Thank you, good to see you. We have Calum, thumbs up and thank you. Cinematic Horror, good to see you as well, thumbs up. Blue Toad, greatly appreciated. And Stig Prod, thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. And that is it. Yay! Everybody who left me comments, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up for that. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only for a short time, and if only in text. Greatly appreciated. Well, it's still Sunday. I'm not going to try and get anything major done, except I couldn't record anything yesterday. I tried recording Bloodborne. Oh God, my reflexes were so off. I could normally walk over some of these monsters, and everything was killing me. At the end of the day, I managed to farm some blood echoes, but my reflexes were just, I couldn't play anything and do any justice to anything. Thumbs up. But still, hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done, and if you can't, do not beat yourself up, it will not help. So, until we meet again, you take care, have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and yes, the end of an era. No more frightening bus tales of the bus with your name on it going out and hunting you down. I did that for months and months and months, but I'll find something else both ridiculous and horrific to end with. So thumbs up. So, you take care. Have a great day today. And once again, sure, I've gotten better at editing with the Share Factory, but yeah.